Every speaker on planet Earth, high end or low end, has one thing in common: mid-range. You get the mid-range in check, and that light at the end of the tunnel, it ain't a train. Woo! Okay, so today's a big day. We've had these Oratones right here for less than a year, but I finally got a hit on some ns10s, Yamaha Pro, and I couldn't pass it up. So those two guys are gonna say bye-bye today. My boy's here. We're gonna move these things out and put the other ones in and put the amp in, and then we're gonna see what happens. Let's go. Wow. There we go. This was interesting. The cables for the Oratones, when they're plugged in, whether the Oratone is on or off, that power button is power light is always on. That kind of bugged me, so I always unplugged it from here, just to have it sit, and then it would go off eventually. So just a little inside tip, no big deal. Okay, now let's grab that speaker. We're gonna keep the pads there. We're gonna grab that speaker and put it on here. And again, these are the Prime Acoustic pads. They're awesome. They have, if you are looking for some, these are super cool because this is metal. Right down here, if you can see that, that is metal. And then up here is like it's like a foam, like a rubber pad. And then down here is the foam. And so all my speakers have it. And it just really cuts down on any of the vibration or any kind of resonating. In fact, what's so cool, let me take you over here, is we recently put in a NAS system, and this guy right here, which is awesome. We recently put this guy in, and it was making a lot of noise, a very low frequency that you could hear in the room next door. And so I got the Prime Acoustic, put it in there, no more low frequency. Now this guy, super loud. I unplug that when we have sessions, and then I plug in this guy because this guy is super silent for the hub. But anyway, so if you ever get a chance to try these guys out, these little speaker stands, they're awesome. Just super cool. Okay. All right, let's put this one now. I'm gonna take this guy and put this up over here. And let's see. And then bring it over here. And the same with this one. Let's push this back a little bit. Just a little bit. We got tons of room anyway. Now we don't want it right up against it. We want a little bit of air in there. Quick history. These were not meant to be recording studio speakers. What they were, bookshelf speakers for your home. But they were so bad that nobody really liked them. But what some engineers were doing is they figured out that these speakers were so flat and the mid-range was so perfect that they would carry these speakers from their homes to the studio. And they started using them, and they started realizing that their mixes translated so well that it caught on, and it became a big deal. So these are the second generations. The first generations, the tweeters, were slightly different and they were massively overblown with treble. And so that's why sometimes, believe it or not, you would see some studios and they would have toilet paper in there. And it got to the point where it was a running joke where they would start saying between the engineers, hey, using Charmin, or what are you using on your toilet paper there? Because I'm getting the better mixes with this type of toilet paper. It just became a running joke. But the second generation, which are the M-PROs, the second generation, they figured out the tweeter and just a perfect mid-range speaker. The other generation that came after them, the frequency dropped all the way down to 45 hertz, which is fine, but these are mid-range speakers. They're not supposed to have bass response. So we decided to go with the 60 hertz, not 45 hertz, so we could still keep it as a desired mid-range speaker. And so we'll see what happens. I haven't turned these guys on, so just got them today, and I'm really excited. These guys are passive, so they do require a power amp. So we have a power amp here. And Max, you want to grab the power amp and then kind of hold it up right here and we could see what we got. Gives him the opportunity to flex his muscles. So this is a Hafler power amp, and that's all I know. I'm not that much of a geek. I'll find out more, but bring it on over here. And what was really cool about this Hafler power amp and those speakers is they were about from the same generation. All right, we'll get back to you. Thanks. So I've spent the last few days listening to these speakers, mixing on these speakers, actually remixing stuff that I had done a couple weeks back, using these, the new old used ns10s. I listened to some songs that I was working on right now, 6 songs, and I remixed them. And man, after listening to them through these guys, I made some, minor changes, but these definitely were showing me things that I was missing. And so they're already doing their job. They're already doing their job. I had the Oratones. Remember, I had the small box Oratones and loved those in conjunction with my big guys. But I don't know, maybe it's just me and the nostalgia and, wanting to see that white cone. But I'm very happy. Very happy. All right, that's it for now. Remember, one catastrophe at a time.